At 6:42 in the morning, just off the coast of Somalia, 5 armed men in a battered fiberglass boat throttle forward through choppy water. No flag, no name, no identification signal. Just a small outboard motor, 2 fuel cans, and a crude aluminum ladder across the bow. These men aren't fishermen. They're pirates, moving fast and hunting for their next target. On the horizon, they spot what looks like a slow gray cargo ship, the kind that usually surrenders without a fight. But what they don't realize is that they're racing toward 9,000 tons of American firepower. A United States Navy destroyer. And every camera on that warship is already watching them. From the pirates' position, the angles are deceptive. The gun mounts look like cargo containers. The radar dome seems like just another structure. The helicopter hangar at the back appears to be stacked freight. But behind that gray steel hull is a crew that's trained for exactly this scenario. No warning shots have been fired yet. No flares launched, just silent observation through advanced sensors and optics. On the destroyer's bridge, the captain watches the live feed. A fast-moving, low-profile craft with no flags and no communication. Someone on the bridge whispers, "Please let them turn around." They don't. Instead, the boat accelerates, riding low with its nose up, charging at full speed toward what they still believe is an easy payday. For the next 14 minutes, the United States Navy will show them how to win a confrontation without firing a single bullet. The destroyer's bridge is quiet, but every crew member is locked in and focused. The officer of the deck leans toward the communications panel. Bridge to Combat Information Center. We have a fast-approaching contact bearing 118. Estimate closest point of approach under 3 nautical miles. Time to intercept, 10 minutes. Down in the Combat Information Center, sailors are already tracking the small boat. They don't even need radar. Electro-optical sensors provide high-resolution visuals that confirm 5 armed men. No life vests, no fishing equipment. One man is holding what appears to be an AK-47. Another keeps pointing binoculars directly at the ship. This isn't a random drift. It's a calculated intercept run. Rules of Engagement Phase 1 is declared. Cameras track the boat's every movement. .50 caliber gun stations on the destroyer's deck remain unmanned for now, but crews are alerted and standing by. The captain's order is clear: maintain course. No aggressive action. Let them show their intent. The destroyer adjusts heading by just 5 degrees, enough to control the closing angle. Subtle and deliberate, the crew knows this drill well. De-escalation unless provoked. They've encountered situations like this before. Sometimes it's fishermen drifting too close. But this feels different. This feels coordinated. If you're finding this story intense, hit that subscribe button right now, because we bring you real naval encounters that most people never get to see. Let's continue. The lead boat holds its course, still accelerating. White spray kicks off the bow as it skips violently across the water, now just 2.2 nautical miles away. Then something changes. 2 more blips appear on the camera's edge. 2 additional boats coming in wide from different angles, trailing behind the first. New contacts bearing 105 and 132. Estimate coordinated movement. This isn't a simple robbery attempt. It's a swarm tactic, a classic pirate maneuver designed to overwhelm and confuse the target. The destroyer's crew remains calm. No panic, just procedure. They've got 10 minutes to control this situation. And upstairs, someone's already unlocking the helicopter hangar. The order comes through, calm but absolute. Launch the helicopter, maintain observation, no direct overflight. Within seconds, the flight crew scrambles to the helicopter bay. The MH-60R Seahawk, a twin-engine surveillance beast loaded with sensors, flares, and serious presence, sits fueled and ready. This isn't a combat loadout. No torpedoes, no missiles. Just optics, radar, and enough intimidation factor to change minds. The rotors begin spinning. The Seahawk lifts off with a sharp pivot, nose low, blades chopping through the morning air. Within 30 seconds, it's airborne and angling to intercept from the east. From 800 feet up, the full picture becomes crystal clear. 3 boats in loose formation. 1 in the center, 2 flanking on either side. Classic pincer spread. Poor radio discipline between them, but the timing is too precise to be accidental. The Seahawk's camera captures everything in 4K thermal imaging. Weapons visible, ladders ready, 0 fishing gear, no cargo crates. This is not a misidentified group of fishermen. This is a boarding team. Back on the destroyer, the deck crew watches the video stream in real time. Nobody's flinching, nobody's shouting. One sailor calmly states, "They think we're a freighter." Another responds, "They're about to meet the Navy." On cue, the Seahawk's spotlight clicks on and sweeps directly across the lead boat. A blinding beam lands on the boat operator. He flinches hard, raising his hand to block the intense light. Another man stands up, shouting and waving his arms frantically. The boat begins to veer slightly off course. Then a second spotlight swings over to the right side boat. Two vessels now in a holding pattern. One unsure, one still pushing forward aggressively. The Seahawk holds its altitude, tail to the wind, optics locked and recording. Nobody has fired a shot, but the message is crystal clear. We see you. We're faster. We're better equipped. And we're waiting. From the air, it becomes obvious that one boat isn't backing down. The lead vessel, now just under 1.5 nautical miles from the destroyer, suddenly breaks formation. It surges forward, carving hard toward the bow of the Navy ship. A white wake fans out behind it. Inside the Combat Information Center, the tone shifts. Closest point of approach now under 1.2 nautical miles. Time to intercept, 3 minutes. The destroyer responds with precision and speed. The long-range acoustic device, known as LRAD, goes active. It emits a focused, deafening warning tone aimed directly at the approaching boat. A wall of sound that disorients and overwhelms anyone in its path. It hits hard. The man on the bow stumbles backward. Another scrambles desperately to hold onto the engine housing as the boat rocks violently in the choppy water. Still, no weapons have been raised by either side. No shots fired. But the tension is at maximum levels. On the flight deck, the Seahawk sensor operator flips a toggle switch. A bright green laser pulses from the helicopter, landing directly on the boat's deck. Not a weapon, just a non-lethal laser marker that communicates one thing. We are watching you. Don't push this any further. Then comes the second warning. A flare fired from the destroyer's starboard launcher. It arcs wide across the sky, burning bright red against the pale dawn, hissing as it descends. This time it works. The lead boat hesitates. Its engine throttles down, sputtering between power cycles. The bow dips into a swell. One pirate, still standing, throws both hands up with palms out, the universal maritime signal for no threat. The second boat pulls away completely. Now only one remains, the flanker, holding position about 2,000 meters out. They haven't advanced, they haven't retreated. They're just sitting there waiting to see what happens next. The destroyer doesn't blink. Cameras stay locked. Electronic warfare systems continue tracking. The bridge remains silent, but the message has landed loud and clear. Before we reveal what happens next, smash that like button if you're enjoying this real-life naval standoff. At 7:01 in the morning, 19 minutes after first contact, the situation finally shifts. The boat that made the aggressive move is now drifting with its engine, idling low and bow facing away from the destroyer. On the bridge, the captain doesn't celebrate. He watches and waits. The second boat, the right flanker, begins turning east. Not a hard panic turn, but just enough to signal withdrawal. Slow and careful, like they're trying not to provoke a chase. Visual confirmation received. Course change detected. Speed down to 12 knots, reports the Seahawk crew overhead. The third boat, the one that held back from the beginning, finally throttles down and arcs southward. No communication attempts, no flares, just silent retreat. From the helicopter's perspective, it's clear. The triangle formation is breaking apart. Below on the destroyer's deck, the crew stays at their stations. 50 caliber gunners remain in position. The Combat Information Center continues logging every second of sensor footage. Thermal imaging, optical recording, acoustic signatures, everything. This isn't about revenge or retaliation. It's about maintaining an official record. Everything the Navy does is timed, stamped, and documented with precision. If this turns into an investigation or a legal case, the Navy doesn't need to argue. It simply plays back the evidence. By 7:04 in the morning, the nearest boat is 2 nautical miles away and fading fast. No return path, no circling back for another attempt. The Seahawk maintains altitude, holding a steady patrol loop above the area with optics still locked on target. The destroyer doesn't move aggressively. It doesn't pursue because it doesn't have to. Presence was the weapon. Posture was the message. And restraint was the ultimate victory. The engagement ends without a single trigger being pulled. Not because the pirates surrendered in the traditional sense, but because they realized far too late exactly who they were dealing with. This is what modern naval dominance looks like. No firefight, no boarding action, no casualties. The pirates came looking for a soft, vulnerable target. They left with smoking engines, dented pride, and every single move they made permanently stored on Navy hard drives. Because the United States Navy doesn't just win with weapons and firepower. It wins with presence, precision, surgical decision-making, and unshakable posture. Every system functioned perfectly. Every crew member stayed calm under pressure. And every decision made during those 14 critical minutes sent one unmistakable message. You can approach us, but we are always watching, and we never blink. So here's my question for you. Should the Navy respond with harder force to incidents like this, or is strategic restraint still the smartest and most effective weapon? Drop your opinion in the comments below because I read every single one. And if you want more real encounters like this where navies intercept, outmaneuver, and dominate threats without firing a shot, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. The next time pirates think about challenging a destroyer, they might want to check their radar first. I'll see you in the next one.